Shiuri Meyuchodim, was Baal al-Giula mit Meyasser gewähren und mit Parsim gewähren. Und das sind die Shiuri, was zu einem Namen gegeben, Chitas.
Welcome to Chita Short and Simple for Sunday, Yud Gimmel Tammuz.
Rishon of Parshas Pinchas. Last week's reading concluded with the Moabite and Midianite women seducing Jewish men and enticing them to serve Avodah Zarah. At that point, Pinchas unilaterally killed a Jewish leader along with a Midianite princess with whom he was having a forbidden relationship. This week's reading opened with Hashem praising Pinchas and rewarding his bravery by granting kahuna to him and his descendants. Hashem then commands the Yidden to punish the Midianites by wounding and smiting them. The fulfillment of this command is described in next week's reading. Hashem commands Moshe and Elazar the Kohen Gadol to conduct a census of all males over the age of 20.
Today's shir in Tehillim is Kapitelach Samach Tes through Ayin Aleph.
In today's Tanya, we begin Parak Daled. The Alter Rebbe tells us that all that talk about fasting was to fully clean oneself of the sin so that nothing of it remains. But the beginning of the mitzvah of Teshuvah and its core is a true and wholehearted return to Hashem, which the Alter Rebbe will now explain. So the Alter Rebbe begins with the Zohar's interpretation of Teshuvah according to Said. What is Teshuvah? Teshuvah is Tashav Hay, the returning of the Hay. Which Hay? The Hay of Hashem's name Havaya, returning to its source. Now there's two types of Teshuvah, the lower type and the higher type. Teshuvah Tatah is when the lower latter Hay of Hashem's name Havaya is returned. And Teshuvah Ilah is when the higher former Hay of Hashem's name Havaya is returned. And the Alter Rebbe tells us that Zara Levatala, for example, only Teshuvah Ilah can accomplish. Now, to understand this, we need to understand what Chachamim say about Kares and Misabedei Shamayim. What do they say? That when a person is liable for Kares, they would die before their 50th year. And when someone is liable for Misabedei Shamayim, they would die before their 60th year. And the Alter Rebbe ends today's Tanya by saying something wondrous. There are so many people that are liable for these punishments, and yet they enjoy a long and happy life.
Today, on Yud Gimmel Tammuz, the Frierdiker Rebbe was completely freed from the exile that was following his imprisonment for supporting Tyrant Yiddishkeit. In his letter for this day, he encouraged Chassidim to forbring, strengthen their study of Chassidus, set regular times for learning, and put what they learn into practice. He concluded with a blessing that all Chassidim, their families, and all of Klal Yisrael be blessed with goodness both spiritually and physically.
In today's Sefer Mitzvahs, we have three mitzvahs. First is mitzvahs aseh, to return property back to its original owner in the Yovel year. Second is the mitzvahs aseh, not to sell land in Eretz Yisrael for forever. And third is the mitzvahs aseh, to redeem property that was sold in a walled city.
Thank you for listening to today's Chitas Short and Simple.